Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. And this is going to be a relatively short video. Yeah, I say that quite a bit, don't I? But what this is going to be is a poll. And what I want to ask you guys, my viewers, is of the current projects that I have listed in my COG demos section on my Discord channel that are free downloads, by the way. I'm going to run through them really quickly and showcase them here in this video. And what I want to know is which one of them do you think that I should go ahead and polish a little bit more and publish. And I will be putting them for now onto Game Jolt, just as a test bed to see how well they're going to do. And of the ones that I'm going to run through really quickly is called COG Demo. The name will get changed. The World War II, I have two different versions of the World War II version. There's a sci-fi, a Wild West, and then there's a car version. And what I want to do is I'll run through those really quickly. And the first one being COG Demo. And again, the name of this one will change. And let me turn my volumes down because last time I showcased this, it was really freaking loud in the video. So hopefully that won't be a problem. And as you can see, it says go connect to Steam Dummy. All of my projects are done with a Steam Advanced Architecture. So you're going to have your Steam account running. I turned mine off as part of the last video. But go ahead and connect to your Steam account if you want to test these demos out. And then you can go ahead and close it right back up again. So, with Steam actually running in the background, now when you go into the game, it will actually showcase your Steam username and avatar in the upper right hand corner of the screen, and instead of saying, go connect to Steam Dummy. Now, the animations for your characters here in the background, you notice here it's two girls, and go back into it one more time just to showcase. I do have some random elements. It changes the actual character standing in front of and behind the counter. I'm either going to fix the animation transitions or I'll just put them in straight up idle only for now. But this is the main lobby menu. Little things like the ceiling fans will rotate at different speed each time you go to the menu. So you click on multiplayer, you click on host, and currently right now single player is disabled, but I will re-enable that for the release version. So I've included 4 maps. I'm going to actually remove this map right here, and it'll just be these top 3 maps. So the first one is a work in progress, and I will spend some time this week actually upgrading this map a little bit more. You can see it's just an open arena, and the AI will actually get removed. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I will actually remove the AI. You can hold down, and one thing that I will do is when you hit escape, there will be a third option that's going to be added in between here that you can click on for controls. So if you don't know what the controls are, you know, it's WASD typically for walking around, spacebar for jump, hold down the left shift to be able to sprint. But you have a combat mode, which you can see right now, nothing happens whenever I left click, but if I right click, it brings me into combat mode, and I can begin using my weapon. And you notice the ammo count on the bottom right hand corner. Yeah, these AI are just temporary placeholders. You hit the R key to reload, and it does have a good reload animation. Now you cannot sprint while you're in that mode. Get out of my way, boy. So if you want to sprint, you've got to come out of combat mode. And I've added some little different things here. Different ways of getting up here to these little hiding points where there's health and ammo and weapons tables that I've set up for changing your weapons out. Number 1 is your M4. You hit the number 2 key. It gives you an L96 sniper rifle. Go into combat mode, hit your middle mouse button, and you can see you got a crosshair and a pretty potent sniper rifle. You come over here and hit the number 3 key and you get a shotgun, which doesn't appear to be working. So that'll have to be looked at. Hit the number 4 key, and you get an AK-47, which definitely seems to work. Hit the number 5 key, and you get a rocket launcher. Now you have to be careful with the rocket launcher. It will damage yourself if you're not careful. So that's that. You can also hit the Q key whenever you're wanting to, and you can draw your pistol. And I'm going to have to reduce the damage on the pistol. I did notice that there was a little bit too much damage on the pistol. So there's that. Now let's go back to the main menu and go back in here, host another one, and you have Polygon City and make. Now this is the city map that you've seen in other versions of my demos and so forth. The UI I don't like, and I am going to change. And again, you have the same weapons tables that are scattered around here. I've showcased this one quite a bit. As you can see, hiding over here, I've actually thrown in some elevators that will get you to on top of buildings. You have to watch. There's some traps on some of it too, so don't want to spoil it. So we'll go back to the main menu, go to the next map, and it'll be the bank heist map. It is working correctly whenever you go through your checkbox here. So that's that. This is a small, fast-paced map, and I'm going to make some other changes to it just to add some more fun here and there. So that's COG Demo. Go back to the main menu and exit game. The next one on the list is going to be the World War II. Now I have two different versions of this. This current version you're going to see here. You can see you've got some different main menu. You've got my usual main menu. This was kind of a quickly thrown together. So you can go into single player or multiplayer, either one. It works. And when you go in, this version here is free for all, and everybody's pretty much the same thing. You're the American soldier, and you start off with an M1 Garand, and you can right click. I will add the sound, so when you're empty, you get that M1 Garand patang sound. So with that, you've also got your 1911. You can draw that out and slow down the rate of fire on it instead of like the other version where it's like really, really fast. I've actually slowed down the rate of fire. Now you can enter the buildings. You can maneuver around. Everything's in good working order. You can actually hit C to crouch. I forgot to mention that in the other game. That is there as well. And with the weapons changes, in this particular version you have weapons crates that are scattered around, and if you go to, you put your pistol away, you hit the number 2 key. Number 1 is your M1 Garand. Number 2 is a K98 sniper rifle, and middle mouse button again for going into crosshair mode. Number 3 is going to give you the Browning BAR. Bit more powerful, 20 round magazine, just like the real deal. And you hit the number 4 key, you're going to get a PPSH 41, which is the Russian submachine gun. So that's pretty good fun there. And you go to number 5, you actually get the bazooka. I'll have to fix the positioning a little bit because it's sitting in his shoulder. You got one shot reload. Reload animations are wrong, but for now, this will work out just fine. So you got to reload between each shot, but that's pretty cool. So that's this version of the World War II demo, and that's all you get is just the one map for right now, and this mode. The other mode is actually, and I will see if I can find that one. I don't have that one packed up as a game, but we'll come back to the World War II. Then we got the sci-fi demo. Now, sci-fi right now is kind of temporarily, it's working but not working, but you'll see whenever I get into it. It's currently right now using a variation of the Polygon City map, and I haven't done anything with the menu yet. You go into multiplayer, host, or single player, it doesn't really matter. So when you go in, the NPCs will be removed because they are glitchy. You do have some random bots that will be flying around. There are hover cars that are parked here in the parking lot. You know, these NPCs are going to be removed. They were just placeholders to have something in the city. You do have some sci-fi weapons. They will be skilled correctly, and new sounds attached to them and so forth. And now, you went from your primary weapons, you also have a plasma launcher as your secondary weapon. And it takes some skill to use this, so you have a little bit of art going on there. Now, you can also hit the F key and do a slash attack. For right now, it's sitting on his back. That's because the animation that I had just goes to right there. And you can also hit the G key to throw a grenade. I got to fix a few things on that as well, but that works. Currently in the map, you can see this is a sci-fi section of town. You come over here. First off, if you hold down the right mouse button, you actually have a jetpack. And there is no fall damage, so you can actually use this jetpack to fly as high as you want to, really. As long as you've got energy shown on the left-hand side, you can keep flying up. If you come in here to this, and I'll put some writing on the wall or something like that to let you know what's what. You hit the number 1 key, and you get a hover bike. So you get on the hover bike. As you can see, you've got well, the sound file sucks. I got to fix the sound on it. But the whenever you're using your accelerator, you actually get the light shows up for your thruster. You hit the brake key, and it'll actually have a brake light. I know, kind of cheesy, but it works. So whenever you hit the E key, now keep in mind also, this is multiplayer, and the hover bike is a 2-person vehicle. So you can actually have a passenger jump onto the back. They're facing backwards, and they can shoot. As you can see, it will despawn after a few seconds. You can come back to any one of the 2 buildings that are set up in the map, hit the number 2 key, and you get a hover car. You come over, you hop in, and you can drive the hover car around. Again, I will fix the sound files and the collisions a little bit, like on the trees and stuff. But that's the sci-fi demo. And yes, you can run over traffic cones and knock over. And the car will also despawn after a short amount of time. So it's pretty cool. You can use your jetpack to get you into nice little sniper vantage points, if you're good enough, or if you fail like I did and just fall off. But these cars are not active. You can't actually drive these. So that's sci-fi. I like it. I've added in the escape menu, I've added a quit button here. You can actually go back to the main menu, resume game, or just quit game. Wild West. We're going to quickly jump into this one. And the Wild West. Again, this is the standard version that's free for all, and there will be probably some other game modes, like a capture the flag type mode as well. Now, in this one, I've actually changed, of course, same basic menu that I use on all my projects. You've got some music in the menu. You've got your controls right here. And I'm going to try to do the same thing on all of the games, have the controls in the main menu, but also when you hit escape menu, to get to your escape menu in game, you'll actually be able to get that same information. So right now there's just the one map, so it doesn't matter if you host, there's only the one. You'd want to give a name if you're wanting your friends to be able to find you. All these games do use a Steam region, so you're going to have to be in the same Steam region as your friends if they want to join. Sorry, I'll look into fixing that to where anybody can join later down the line, but the game was intended to go on Steam, so everything was based off of that. So the NPCs are non-combat, they won't shoot back, you can't hurt them, they're just there for decoration. Got a nice little western town, train sitting over there with some smoke coming out of the stack. You got your saloon, you can walk into the saloon. Got some people just chilling inside here. You can walk upstairs, you can go in all of the buildings. They're all enterable. I may actually throw some dancing animations on the girls or whatever. And these guys seem to be in the way. Now, all of the characters are random, so the two that are standing up there, they're both females right now. The next time you load into the map, they may both be guys, or one might be a guy, one might be a girl. So they're all random spawns. Now, you'll notice that in some of the buildings, like you go inside right here, which I need to do something with that door, you'll find a safe in some of these rooms, and this is your weapon system like I've had on the other ones. You hit the number 1 is going to be your Winchester lever action rifle. And if you hit Q key, it throws it on your back and you draw your pistol out your holster. Hit Q again, puts it back in your holster, and you grab your Winchester. So you hit the number 2 key. For right now, you're getting the same Winchester rifle. Number 3 key, you get a sawed-off shotgun, and I don't know why, but there's a glitch in that gun. I've got to fix that. And again, so you can see what the gun looks like when I throw it on my back. It's a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. You come back over here, and number 4 and number 5 for right now are both the big double-barrel shotgun. So you can reload it after each 2 shots, and there you go. So that's the weapons you got for this one. Like I said, right now that door is on the way. I got to fix that door. Keep forgetting. You still have your crouch key. So, alright, this is the Wild West. Now, what I can do with this one to kind of mix it up is I have this variation, which is free-for-all, and I can also do a team versus team. Got some other stuff in the works as well, but for right now, this is a free-for-all. Alright, so, again, that was the Wild West, and I am going to see if I actually have a version of the World War II. I was working on a different version of the World War II where it's actually team-based. So it's Axis versus Allies, Germans versus the Americans. So let me actually see if I've got that one. I don't know if I get delete happy. So I've had to go back into the Polygon War because there were so many errors with it. I actually had to go in there and do a lot of fixing on it. The map was screwed up. There were some other issues with some of the stuff in there from the way it shipped. And you would think for $90 it would have been a little bit better off, but there were just some issues. Yeah, got the jetpack stuff here, and that's part of the sci-fi stuff. And I don't think I've got that's still in here. But I will show you another version that I was kind of working on with that, and to see if it's something you guys would actually like. Well, crap. I'm not sure which version I was working on. I got 3 versions of this. Testing out some things with the creator of the multiplayer teams, and was starting to set it up with the World War II pack, and this is actually the correct one, believe it or not. Let's look at the map. So it's the same, and I haven't fixed this one. This is not the fixed version of the World War II pack. This is still the original version, so I've got to go through and I got to fix that. And this particular variation of it, you actually have, for now, the same basic map, but it is team versus team. So when you actually go into play, and this is a split screen right here, so you can actually see, you pick your class, your Assault, Biotech, Engineer, Recon, Dreadnought. Those names will change naturally. You pick your red team. This will actually change to a German flag, and when you click on that, it takes a couple seconds, and so you can spawn in. I will fix it so you're not spawning in on a red base there. So it's actually, there's no sprint yet. I haven't enabled sprint yet, but I will. There's no right clicker or whatever to go in combat. This is just straight up shooting. I haven't set the magazines yet, so the weapons are just gonna shoot. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna get close to the beachfront, which is where the Americans spawn, and I'll go ahead and spawn in with the client as another player here. So I'm just going to walk over here to where this other Sherman is. I know it's kind of hard to see in the smaller windowed version of it like this, but I just wanted to showcase that this is actually a team versus team mode, and you'll be able to pick your side. I think a lot of people will actually like this better, so I'm going to pick Engineer and American Team. And it'll come in, and currently right now it's this female character. She's a WAC. No, it's not WAC that it's a female. WAC was Women's Air Corps, but yeah, female officer. I'm still playing around with this. This is like a quick build. As you can see, the 88mm flat guns are shit, so they got to get fixed. So as you see, I don't know if you can see it or not because it is kind of small here. As I'm coming up onto the other character here, I can see that, well, they're there. And as I get close, his weapon isn't showing up correctly, but still tweaking that a little bit. And she's got the wrong weapon. So I'm still trying to work through that issue so that if you were to pick a class and go into the same class on both teams, if you're on the German team, you get an MP40. If you're on the American team, you get a Thompson. So I don't know why it's still doing this. And as you see, the German here has no weapon whatsoever. But if I were to change teams and actually hit the M key and respawn as Assault and German, and then come back in, it'll actually sometimes then show the correct weapon. And he is armed now, so he actually has a weapon. But you also have the ability to hit M, you pick a class, and say, screw it, I'm just going to the lobby. Well, if you choose the lobby for right now, you just fall through the damn world. This one's still got some errors in it. But that's the other option for the World War II, is actually having team versus team or free-for-all. I think the team versus team is probably the best overall way. And the last game that I want to showcase that is in this running is, it's currently right now called Test Car, and there's another version which I'll show as well. Test Car and Motor City 2018, which the name of that's going to change as well. I will show both of them really quickly, and then I want you guys to look at all these different games. Most of them are currently available for free download on my Discord channel and the COG Demos page. You can see I've got a Motor City Online screenshot in here. That's going to have to change as well. Love the background song. So, for right now, I have two tracks. I've got a test track, and I got the city map. So, let's hit the city map. And you can see it changes the name whenever you pick which one you want. So, I'm going to go to the city and make... And... on we go. So, you get the Camaro-ish looking car. There's other cars in town. Get spacebar is your handbrake. You've got WASD as your controls for right now. You've got to work on the actual steering controls, but the car is set up as a rear-wheel drive, and I want to get a little bit better steering control on it, and then this will be ready to go. Now, when you actually play this again is multiplayer, so you can actually go, and each time you spawn in, you can actually let's go to the other track. You spawn in, you'll get a different random color, and of course it's going to prove me to be a liar because it's going to show up as the same color. But this is just a test track, something that was just thrown together for testing the rollover and the steering and handbrake and everything else. So that's that one. And then the other variation of that was the other one, which is Motor City 2018 and Crapola. I don't have a player version of that. And this is the last one of that runner-up, the runners-up of which ones I actually want to go ahead and get published quickly. Ignore that, you don't see that. That's something else I'm working on the sidelines. So Motor City 2018 is going to be the primary car mode that's going into COG. And if you're not familiar with what COG was, COG is just, it's a conglomeration of many things, but it's a multiplayer lobby menu system where you go and hang out and do things. So I want to go to, this is the right map, I'm going to go play in standalone mode. So we can look at the menu. The menu is in its early stages. Everything is still early on this one. I haven't had much time to work on this one. But you get a nice little bit of music going on in the background. You get your character right here. And for right now, your character only shows up here in this menu. I will get it set up to where you can change your character and your clothing and that kind of stuff. If you choose, you want to go to auto sales and buy a different car. Now this data right here is just fake for now. But you can actually go to an interactive little sneak peek right there of the 32 Ford Coupe hiding in the back. But you've got your different cars you'll be able to purchase. This menu will change as well as soon as you go to this view. A lot of things are going to change in the menu. So you can actually, this will be your starter car when I get it ready. You start off with a little cheesy little compact car. Then you can buy other junkers and fix them up and then race them. And if you go to you see, everything is still work in progress on this one. So when you go in to actually play the game, then you actually spawn in and go. You'll spawn in with the car that you currently own. There will be a full save game system that'll work with everything. For right now, the menu's set up to where you're walking, but you will be driving a car whenever you go into it. So the menu version of this is actually the lobby. You come into the lobby, you walk around, you can check out other people's cars. We'll eventually have it set up to where whenever you go into the lobby, everybody that's in the lobby, their cars will be parked in a parking space somewhere in the game. So each of these cars will be represented by, well, they belong to somebody. Instead of just random cars that populate the map. There won't be random cars. If there's no cars, then there's nobody on the map. So whatever they're currently driving, that's cool, because I also plan on having a car show feature and a bunch of other features later on for the Motor City mode. But the whole point is you're actually in a lobby, and if you want to go to the pizza parlor, you walk into the pizza parlor and go in and sit down, and that's a private chat room. You want to go to I'll sprint over here, go over to this restaurant right over here, you go inside, and that's another chat room. If you want to go to a dirt track, you'll go over here on this side of town and you'll get into that. Or if you want to go into the hot pursuit mode, you can go to that, or whatever. Each of the different modes will be represented by a different section of town. So that's the Motor City version. So hope you like that one. Pick which one of these versions. The COG demo, which will be renamed, which is the actual modern shooter with the M4 and the AK and all that kind of stuff. The World War II, either of those two versions, the free-for-all version or the team versus team version, or both of them mixed together. The sci-fi demo, and a lot of things are going to be changing the sci-fi demo. With the sci-fi, that's going to include your jetpack, your hover car, your hover bike, and that kind of stuff. All right, your Wild West version and your car version. So pick a version, let me know what you think, and let me know which one I should focus on and get published. I will actually be publishing a version of these by the end of this week, and I plan on putting them onto Game Jolt for now, and I will be pricing them probably between $5 and $10. And now, the reason why I'm going to put a price tag on them is so that I can help fund development, because stuff like the sci-fi demo, I'm currently working with I couldn't wait for it, I wanted to have it, and I needed the hover bike for testing of the hover bike scripting. So I needed something besides a freaking cylinder for my characters to sit on. So ended up grabbing the Unity version because the UE4 version wasn't available. So I needed to spend another $50 to buy the frickin' UE4 version of it. And so far, the kitty's looking a little bit low. Haven't been getting any real donations, but I did get one the other day. But donations and the sale of the game is actually going to pay for the assets. So if you choose the sci-fi mode, then expect that the sci-fi mode is going to considerably change, and you'll still have your hover bike, your hover cars, and you'll have a whole lot more hover cars instead of just one. So if you pick the COG Sci-Fi, then expect some major changes on that. If you pick the COG demo, then I'll be working on polishing that, getting it looking a little bit nicer. World War II, I'll probably end up doing both modes, free-for-all and a team versus team and a team versus team capture the flag as well. I'll be trying to get all three of those modes together on all the demos, but the Wild West and Test Car. You guys pick, let me know on Discord or let me know here which one you want to see put out first, and I will make it a priority and we'll get it out there. Alright guys, thanks for watching and look forward to hearing your votes on it. Thanks.